Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do another Yu-Gi-Oh! Not really another deck profile, but helpful cards that could help your Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck in Master Duels be a lot stronger. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the like button down below. And remember, any donation, big or small, will help the channel grow. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. Alright, here we go. So real quick, these cards that you see here are the cards that I normally use in all of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels deck. Well, not all of them, but some of these, right? So as a staple to me, you need one Raigeki in every deck. You just do one Raigeki. Swords of Revealing Lights is optional. It's up to you if you want to use it, because again, with Harpy Feather Dusters and all these other cards, you know, it might be hard to last the 3 rounds, but to me it has come clutch many of times. So at least one Swords of Revealing Lights will be helpful. Obviously, Harpy Feather Dusters is a must in every deck. At least, you know, we only allow one copy anyways, but one Raigeki and one Harpy Feather Duster should be in your deck. No matter what you're running, you should have those 2 cards. Again, Swords of Revealing Lights is optional. Now, Monster Reborn. A lot of decks use other cards to bring back their monsters, but you know what? Monster Reborn always gives you the options to bring something back from their side of the field to your side. So Monster Reborn to me is always a must. You gotta have it. I don't care what you're running, you gotta have Monster Reborn. Now, Galaxy Cyclone is optional. Alright, to me, I like it because the cost effect is nothing really. Like with Galaxy Cyclone, in order to activate it, my opponent needs to have a face down spell or trap card, right? As long as it's face down, I could activate Galaxy Cyclone and it'll destroy it. And then the beautiful part about Galaxy Cyclone, once it's in your graveyard and your opponent is playing throughout the duel, he'll forget about Galaxy Cyclone, and let's say he has a continuous trap card or a field spell card. Well, guess what? Now I have the ability to use Galaxy Cyclone to destroy one face up spell or trap card. So let's say I'm running with somebody who's running Eldritch or Skill Drain. Well, guess what? Now I can use Galaxy Cyclone from my graveyard to destroy their Skill Drain or anything they have face up. Okay, so that's the good and bad about Galaxy Cyclone. The bad is that you have to wait for a face down card in order to activate it, and the good is that while it's in your graveyard, your opponents will forget about it, and then you could use it to destroy something else. So it's not a bad card. Now, Lightning Storm basically does the same thing Raigeki and Harpy Feather Duster does. Okay, it gives you the options to do either or. But the bad side to this card is that you can have nothing face up. So if you have a field spell card or a continuous trap card or a continuous spell card or even a monster face up on the field, you can activate it and it becomes a dead draw. So that's why this one is optional as well. So let me go back. Galaxy Cyclone is an optional card. Lightning Storm is an optional card as well, even though it has powerful effects, meaning that if your monster, you have the option to destroy every single face up attack position monster your opponent controls. Like with this new synchro thing that everybody's playing with the Stardust Dragon, like they're gonna have a field full of face up monsters. Well, you could use, if they don't negate it obviously, you could destroy the whole field, right? But the thing is, it has to be faced up in attack position. If they're face down or if they're in defense mode faced up, it won't work. Again, another drawback. And same thing for the backfield. It will destroy every single backfield they have, field spell card, anything in their backfield, it will destroy. But again, you can't have nothing face up in order to activate this. So sometimes it has come clutch, other times it's just a dead draw because I will have something face up on the field. So again, Lightning Storm, optional card, but you can have it. It will give you options, you know. Mystical Space Typhoon, again, another optional card. It doesn't cost anything. Like with Lightning Storm, the cost of this would be that you have to have nothing face up. That's the cost. Mystical Space Typhoon, no cost. You just set that down and that bad boy will do his job. But you're only getting one card for one card. Alright. Lightning Storm, if it goes through, it gets multiple cards. Galaxy Cyclone will get 2 cards. And again, its price is that it has to be something face down first in order to get the second effect. So again, Galaxy Cyclone optional, Lightning Storm optional, Mystical Space Typhoon, since there really is no cost, I would still say optional because you're only getting one. And now in this format, man, you need to be able to have at least two to three destruction stuff. So again, Twin Twister, great card, awesome card. This card destroys 2 cards on the field, either face up or face down. I love this card, but here's the cost: you have to discard 1 card from your hand. Now, Twin Twister, it's a great card if you're running zombie decks or any card, or Drytons where you could discard Dryton, you know, something that your deck needs to discard. I would suggest use Twin Twister, because not only will it help you destroy 2 backfield cards, but it will also discard something that you need in your graveyard so you could get your gameplay going. But if you don't have a deck that you need cards in your graveyard, then you know it hurts, because nobody likes to be missing cards from their hands. Like, you want to have hand control, but it's a powerful effect that it gives you, it destroys 2 cards. So this one is also an optional card for you guys out there. But again, like normally I'll just run Harpy Feather Dusters and Raigeki, and if I feel like I need extra backfield destruction with the deck that I'm running, then I will either do Twin Twister or Galaxy Cyclone or even Lightning Storm. But I would not use Typhoon. Typhoon is a 1-for-1 card, so, but it's still a great card though, guys. That's up to you if you guys to decide that. Wabaku, I know, right? Wabaku, people don't even think about using Wabaku no more unless you're running Exodia. I swear to God, if people, whenever they see me activate a Wabaku, they're thinking I'm running Exodia for some reason. But Wabaku, man, it's a great card. It will end battle phase with no matter how many XYZ monsters or synchro monsters or pendulum monsters they fill up the field. You activate that Wabaku, you will survive 1 extra turn. And Wabaku has come clutch many times for me. So I would suggest maybe 1 to 2 copies of Wabaku in this nowadays format. Trust me, it'll come clutch. Now, Ring of Destruction, I normally run 1 in every deck, just 1. But I have a combo with this card where I will run either 2 to 3 copies, but normally I'll just run 1, where you can, you know, yes, you take damage equal to your opponents, but you normally want to use Ring of Destruction to bring your opponent's life points almost towards the end, so when you attack, it's over. But let me show you the combo that I use with this card, and it's normally with Gravedigger, Trap Hole. Now this card is awesome. Now nowadays everybody's playing Veil, Cherry Blossom, and the other zombie girl, the rabbit, whatever her name is. I can't remember her name right now, but let's just say Cherry Blossom, because everybody and their mother likes using that card. Well, that's fine. They activate Cherry Blossom effect to negate something from you. Well, now you could activate Gravedigger's Trap Hole. Anything that your opponent, especially with these meta decks out there, they take something from the graveyard or activate an effect from their hand, you could now negate it. And the beautiful part is, not only do you negate that effect of Cherry Blossom, but now you could burn their ass for 2,000 attack. Yep, you can inflict damage for 200 for 2,000 damage. Now there is another trap card that does the same effect, but instead of burning them, it just removes that card from out of play. And yeah, that could be cool, but I prefer the burn damage. I think the trap card is called Debunk. I don't know, you guys could look that up. If you want that card's effect, it does the same thing. It will negate, actually no, it will only negate from the hand. I don't think it has the same effect from the graveyard, but it'll remove that card that you negated out of play. So it's not bad in a way, but I prefer this one, Gravediggers, Trap Hole. I run 2 or even 3 copies of this card in every single deck. The minimum I would use is maybe 1. The maximum obviously would be 3, and in certain decks I would just probably put 2. But no matter how many copies of Gravediggers Trap Hole I use, I will always put 2 Ring of Destructions now. I will never run 3. The most I will run of Ring of Destruction would be 2. Because look, you're burning for 2,000. You negate another card he sends to the graveyard. Now you burn another 2,000. That's 4,000 he lost. You activate Ring of Destruction, you pop his monster, now he's already at 6,000. You understand? And if you're running 3 copies of it, then you could win for game. And I have done it. So Gravediggers Trap Hole is a great card to go with Ring of Destruction and a Magic Cylinder. Trust me. You may not be running a burn deck, but you could easily win with 2 Magic Cylinders, 2 Ring of Destructions, and 3 of Gravediggers Trap Hole. You're welcome, guys. But yeah, I normally run 2 copies of this. Maybe 3 if I think I really need it, but the most is 2. And the minimum will be always 1. But this one is a must-have in your deck, because everybody's running meta decks. Everybody's sending cards from their hands to the graveyard so they could special summon. And that's the thing, it could also activate when they take out from the graveyard. It'll be like, nope, negate, and then you could burn them. Like if I'm playing Drytons and they try to get the Drytons effect when they send it to the graveyard, no, negate it. You understand? So I mean, it's not only for Drytons, but a lot of meta decks are using that, Dracos or whatever I don't even know what the hell the name is. But this card is a must-have. I don't care if you run 1 to 3 copies, but you must have Gravediggers Trap Hole. It's a must. Same thing with Harpy Feather Dusters and Raigeki. Now, Bottomless Trap Hole, it's an optional card. You could run to 1 to 3 copies or 2 copies, but you have to be extra patient when running Bottomless. Don't go for the first monster they bring. I don't care if it's a 2,027 attack. I don't care what it is. Don't panic. You want to use Bottomless Trap Hole for the moment they start Link summoning something level 3 and up, or Synchro summoning, or XYZ summoning. Maybe the second copy of their XYZ summoning you want to get, or maybe the first one. But don't just activate as soon as he brings out something, because trust me, you want to catch whatever they Synchro, XYZ, or Link summon. When I play Bottomless, that's my one rule. I will only use it for those type of monsters. I will not waste it on anything else. Even if he brings out a Blue Eyes, I will let Blue Eyes live, because I want to see what he's going to do with that Blue Eyes. You understand, guys? So you have to be very careful when playing Bottomless. It's one of those cards that's optional, but it's going to make you want to be trigger happy. So you have to have discipline on that. So to me, Bottomless is an optional card. Now, right here, I can't really pronounce this word. Paleozoic Dimesicus, whatever the hell this card is pronounced, this parasitic card. You want to have 3 to 2 copies at most, and I tell you why. Now, this card will destroy 1 face-up card on the field. It could be either a monster or a backfield, or a spell or trap card, or a monster, right? Now, the cost of this card is that you have to discard 1 card. So that's the problem. You have to discard 1 card. But again, if you're running a zombie deck, or you're running a Dryton deck, or you're running anything that you need to discard something, then this is a great card to have, because now you're removing from play 1 face-up card on your opponent's side of the field, but you also getting rid of 1 card you need in your graveyard, so you can start doing your combos. Now, if you're not running something that you need to discard in your deck, like if you're not running something like that, then yes, it's gonna make you lose hand control, but the effect is still a powerful effect. So I would suggest running 1 or 2 copies if you're not running something you need to discard. But if you have a deck where you have to discard stuff, then yeah, run 3 copies of this card. So again, this is how it works. You discard 1 card, and then you remove from play either his monster face up on the field, or his skill drain, or his, let's say you playing Gravekeeper, you could get rid of his spell card, and you could get rid of Necro Valley. Let's say if you're playing Numeron Network, yeah, you activate Numeron Network, well, activate this, now your field spell card is gone, and now you can get your effect. You understand? So this trap card right here, it's good. Now, its secondary effect is if they activate a spell or trap card, you could bring it from your graveyard and special summon it in face up attack or in defense position. So in my anti-meta deck, I run a couple of Monarchs. So this card has come clutch, that not only have I removed something strong, but when they activate a spell trap card, I will bring this card back in face up defense or in attack mode, and then I would just tribute with my Monarch on my turn. So that card has come in clutch. But again, His ability is to get rid of skill drain or field spell cards or even a strong monster. Okay, that's what you want to target when using this trap card. That's what you want to target. So again, to me, this card is a must-have. Either now you could run 1 to 2 copies, but if you have a deck that like Eldritch where you need to discard or anything else that you have to discard stuff, then I would run 3 copies of this deck. You know, what else? Now, Heavy Storm Duster. Oh my god, these people are crazy when they make this card. I love and hate this card. Now, Heavy Storm Duster, guys, if you don't know what this does, basically it allows you to destroy up to 2 cards, right, on the backfield, right? It says target up to 2 spell trap cards on the field and destroy them, but you cannot conduct your battle phase. Well, guess what? I'm gonna activate this trap card not on my turn. I'm gonna activate it on your opponent's turn. I'm gonna activate it on your turn, so I can not only would I be able to destroy 2 of your backfield. Let's say if you're running pendulums or whatever you're running, I'm gonna destroy 2 of your backfield, and I don't gotta worry about the effect of not attacking because hello, I'm gonna activate it on your turn. Now, the bad part is, let's say he only said 1 card and you don't feel like activating it, right? And you want to wait, and then now you have a nice combo, but now you fear the card in the back. So now if you do activate it on your turn, well, now you screw yourself because now you cannot attack. So again, in one of my decks, my anti-meta deck, I run Monarch, so if I use Soul Exchange to kill his monster, I can attack anyways. So then I would use the Heavy Storm Duster to destroy the backfield, since I can conduct battle phase anyways. But obviously that's not the only deck that I have this card. This card I run in 2s, alright? And sometimes 1. Minimum 1, no more than 2. I don't run 3, that's too much. But 2 to 1 copy of this card is not bad, guys, because again, you have to activate it on their turn, so you don't have to worry about having to do your battle phase. Now if you have nothing and you have good backfield, then fine, do it on your turn because you're not gonna attack. But that's the only drawback. You have to learn how to make sure you play this card. So this card to me is a must-have because it's better than the Twin Twister, I think. Better than Typhoon, and I think better than Galaxy Cyclone. I really think that Heavy Storm Duster is better than those cards. Now obviously if you get hit with a Royal Decree or something like that, then yeah, I'm screwed. But well, I don't know. In my opinion, I'd rather have this card than those other cards because I'm gonna activate it on their turn anyway, so I don't have to worry about the drawback of not having to battle phase. We already did Gravediggers. Dark Bribe. Now, Dark Bribe, I normally run 1 copy. Just 1 copy in every deck. The maximum I have done is 2. Because I don't want my opponent to draw cards, to be honest. I really don't. But I also don't like using Solomon Judgment or Solomon Strike. Now, for you guys who like using Solomon Judgment or Solomon Strike, that's great. But I don't feel like paying half my life points or 20,000, or 2,000 life points. Like I care about my life points. Now those are great cards to have, guys. There are they're counter trap cards, and I was gonna add them here, but I figure if I'm using Gravedigger Strapple, I can negate a lot of the stuff from the graveyard and hand. And then with my Dark Bribe, I can negate any magic or trap card they use without the cost of having to waste my life points. Yes, you draw 1 card, but I could live with that. Unless you play an Exodia and I give you the winning card, then nah, I'm not gonna live with that. But I don't know. To me, Dark Bribe is a must-have. At least 1 copy is a must-have. It's one of those must-have cards, especially if you're gonna pair it up with Gravedigger's Trap Hole. Like, this is a combination in itself as well, because now you're targeting the hand, the graveyard, and their backfield. You're gonna negate. But again, you could substitute it and use Solomon Judgment and Solomon Strike. You can do that. Like that, you have more negating power. Yes, go for it. but to me personally, I hate wasting life points. No, I can't conceive me doing that, especially if I'm running Ring of Destruction. I wouldn't run. Now again, if you guys want to run Solomon Judgment and Solomon Strike, great, but do not run Ring of Destruction if you're gonna run those two cards. And the last card is Dark Factory of more production. Now again, if you're running a zombie deck, this card is perfect for you because, well, not a zombie deck, but a deck that requires you to discard. This card is perfect for you, and let me tell you why. It says you can send one monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, draw one card, and you can only use this effect of Dark Factory once per turn. Meaning, I discard one card in my hand, which could be Eldritch or Dryton, whatever. But guess what? Now I'm drawing another card in its place. So it's like 1 for 1. Like I give one card, but I get another card. And again, and if you're running a deck that requires you to discard stuff in your graveyard so you could do your combos, then this card is perfect. And if you're not running a deck where you need to discard stuff, then one copy of this card is okay. Now this is an optional card. This is not a mandatory card. This is an optional card where it does like what Dark Dealing does, only to you though, not to your opponent. And you could do it on his turn and on your turn. So that's 2 cards you'll draw. So let's say you have a backhand, we'll get rid of it, get rid of that one card and get another and see if you get lucky. But again, I would recommend this card only if you're running a deck that requires you to discard. Then this card is perfect for you. All right. And that's it. That's the only thing I could think of for people who are beginning to play Master Duels. And even if you're a pro player, you have to admit one of these cards that I mentioned will help you make your deck a lot stronger. And like I said, just try it out. Whatever you see, the problem is we don't have side decks in Master Duel, and I think that should be an update they should do. They should force us to do best out of 3 with a side deck in a different lobby where you have options to go play regular or play the other lobby or whatever festival lobby they have. Like that we could have side decks, because to me these are side deck cards that I would use in real life. But since this is Master Duel, I am forced to use them with whatever main deck I'm running. I have to combine them and make the hard choices of take out cards that I would normally take out to add these cards to try to counter all the meta decks that are out there. So good luck to you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time.